it's Christine again, just waiting for the car to warm up again. Yeah, yay, Minnesota. Anyway, I just thought that I would reflect a little bit on something I had said in a previous video regarding the Mother Goddess, Mary, Our Lady of Guadalupe, whatever, where I had said that the story behind her is kind of in some ways a loss. I had said it was regarding a loss of a child, whatever. Part of that also is kind of her entire story is suddenly a loss of innocence. Not just with the fact that suddenly she's having a baby, she's having responsibilities, stuff like that, trying to put it on an earthly level here. The loss of innocence also kind of came into being for her on seeing the extent of cruelty that humanity is capable of. And I had thought at first that, this story kind of pertains a little bit more to motherhood, and in some ways it does. But if you think about it, somebody that you're invested in, that you have your heart invested in, if you're just standing back and watching pretty much unspeakable acts being done to them, it is kind of a sense of loss in some ways too, but it takes your innocence away as well as that person you care about, be it your child or sister or what have you. The tale of the mythology of Jesus was that there was a lot of torture at the end of his life. And to put that in a real modern day perspective, a lot of us tend to get into relationships where we're with somebody who is hurting us. And this can even pertain as far as bullying in school, being in relationships with somebody abusive, what have you. If we know of somebody that is in situations that are in a way torturous, and I'm sorry, emotional abuse, mental abuse, all of that is a form of torture. It's kind of our responsibility to at least, if we can't do anything else, to at least be there for the person going through it. But I know sometimes from being inside a situation like that, that even though you have the help on the outside, you don't see outside of that box that you're trapped in. So there's a point, you don't want to enable it, you don't want to keep it going, but you want to make sure that that person knows that you're there for them, and maybe at some point that you're going to be able to provide services to be able to help them get out, whatever. Worse, though, if it is one of your own children and you see that. As to the other part of it, the aspect of total loss, while the story itself of Mary and Jesus is the loss of her own child, I think some of it, if we try to take a look at ourselves, it's the loss of anybody that we love, the child being one of the hardest. I'd had 2 very difficult pregnancies, and that fear was something very, very real. Of course, when you have somebody that parts from your life completely and is off of this plane and physically isn't there anymore, it is hard, and that pain does not go away. And you can imagine it probably didn't go away from Mary in any way, shape, or form. You want to make sure, especially if you know that something is going to happen, or if the person has even a dangerous job, or they're going, if it's somebody you live with and they're going out driving to work every day or whatever, always, 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 if it is somebody you love, tell them you love them. Don't do what I did and live with the regret that I had somebody that I loved dearly that died after coming back from Kuwait back in 91. And I did not say what I wanted to say. And I should have. So instead I ended up staring at him in his coffin and placing a white rose in there. And I had to sing at his funeral that day. And it still hurts. It hurts a lot, and it's been a long time. So no, that does not go away. You don't want to have that kind of loss in your life and not say the words that need to be said. And I don't care what religion you are. I don't care if you don't have a religion, whatever. If you can take anything away from the story of Mary, take that away to at least make sure that you say the words. And then you won't have that regret to deal with anyway. So sorry to make that such a downer, but, that wasn't a pleasant set of stories to begin with. So, anyway, blessed be everyone. I'll talk to you later. Night.